What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we are here to show you the finished product of the 66 Plymouth Fury, as well as getting it down to Weird Beard Auto Sales so that he can sell it. Hopefully he can make a few dollars off of it as well. I spent the day putting in some work, getting the body cleaned up, getting the interior cleaned up. I probably should have recorded it for you, but somehow I didn't feel like that was going to be very entertaining. It consisted of cleaning the tires, the hubcaps, cleaning out all the junk in the trunk, you know, where the rain drips down. It was full of leaves and stuff. I had to clean all of that out, the door jambs, the carpet, the windows. Honestly, it sucked, but it's, you know, it's part of the deal. I just didn't think you guys would really want to follow along as I cleaned up this car. It wasn't really that dirty on the outside to begin with. The interior just needed a good vacuum and a quick wipe down. Wasn't really that bad. It was mainly the door jambs that sucked, and I couldn't see holding the camera, carrying it around while I clean my door jambs. At least not on this one. We'll see. If you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, drop your comment down below and be respectful and say, Randy, we want to see that stuff. Next, we got to talk about selling the Hellcat. I told you guys before we were going to talk about that today, and we're absolutely going to talk about that today. Yeah, we'll probably do that after. Some of the comments on Instagram were just, you know, totally disrespectful and very, very crabby. And you know what I think is very funny is when I post something on social media and then someone says something disrespectful or sticks their nose a little too far in my business. When I come back and put them in their place, then they get really mad about it and tell me how awful I am because they're such a great fan of mine. Look, if you're a fan of the channel, thank you. I appreciate that. I love you guys, and honestly, I don't know where I would be without you, okay? That much is a fact. Hopefully you guys all know that. But at the same time, I don't tolerate disrespect from anybody. And when you go too far, I don't mind sharing my business with you. I don't mind sharing a lot of my life with you. But there are some things that are just private. I mean, I'm sorry if that upsets you, but there are some things in my life that I prefer to keep private. And when you dig too far, well, you know, sorry, not sorry. You know, if you want to unfollow me after that, that's your business. Anyway, with that said, let's go take a look at the 66 Fury. I really hope you guys like the way she came out. I worked really hard to clean it up and make it look good. And, you know, honestly, there's one thing it could really use that I didn't do, and that's a buff. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that kind of paint can handle a buff without like taking the paint off. I'm gonna send it to Weird Beard. If he decides he wants to do something like that, totally up to him. It's his car now. I just wanted to make sure it was clean enough for him that he didn't have to go through and like scrub the whole car. He shouldn't have to do stuff like that. But if he decides he wants to do a video buffing out the paint or whatever, that's completely up to him. Let's go take a look at the 66 Fury. Well, guys, there she is in all of her glory. I think she came out looking really, really nice. You can comment below and tell me what you think. Like I said, I did the best I could on getting the body cleaned up. Really wasn't all that dirty to begin with, guys. Really wasn't. The main thing was the trunk jam was the worst. Piled up with a bunch of leaves and stuff. I think she's a good-looking car, guys. You can comment what you think below. Obviously, the body's not perfect. But for a 1966 that is still in very original condition, I think she looks damn good, guys. All right, let's take a look inside and see what you think in here. Look at her. Look at those seats, man. Right? Look at this carpet. The carpet is honestly beautiful. The dashboard is in really, really good condition as well. This door panel, very good shape. This door panel also is in very good shape. Same thing with the seats back here, man. They're phenomenal, guys. The carpet back here also looks really, really nice. You can kind of see that door panel over there. Take you up so you can see the headliner. She looks good as well. I think I'm most proud of the way the trunk pan came, or trunk pan, I don't know if it's like a drip rail for the trunk or whatever. That took a lot of work, a lot of cleaning. Door panel's good back here too. Honestly, the majority of the car is actually in really, really good condition. The biggest downfall to it, I think, are the doors have a couple dings. Ding there, ding there. I talked to Weird Beard about it yesterday, and he said ain't no big deal. He said the doors could absolutely be saved. But this right here, this door panel's the worst. It's peeling pretty bad right there and right there. But the windows work perfectly, guys. Like, they really do. The windows work absolutely perfectly. She's temperamental when she's cold, but once she warms up, man, she runs like a top. Look at that steering wheel. Look at that logo right there. Beautiful. The mileage now is 90,979. We've definitely been putting some miles on her, guys. You know what? Let me get the key out of here. And let me show you how this trunk turned out. There we go. Look at this, guys. Look at that kind of plaid in there, right? It's got the factory jack right there. You got the little lug nut wrench there. You got this old tire right there, still mounted. But this right here, this was real bad. This channel right here, these were really bad, guys, like all the way around, completely full of garbage. And I think now you can see it's actually very, very clean. It's got fresh coolant, the 180-degree thermostat. Look how clean all that is. I really got in there, guys. Let's go pop the hood so you can see what she's looking like now that she's all back together. Air filter, everything is installed. There she is. Looking beautiful, guys. Looking original. There we go. I was hoping it was going to lighten up a bit. A beautiful original poly V8. Absolutely gorgeous, guys. Like I said, she can be a little temperamental when she's cold, very rarely, but she can be temperamental. Also, when you first go to start her up, you got to slam the trunk. There you go. Let's come over here, put the key in. Oh, yeah. All right. Get a little gas. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Here's your gauges. All the lights and signals are working. Heater works. And guys, this is really cool right here. The AM radio.
Free hotel night with your qualified reservation.
I mean, it's crazy out there.
Invested in the moment, and that all led.
This around by advertising on the Cliff Davis Show. By
How about that?
Thousands of Oklahomans and businesses nation.
AM radio works exactly like it's supposed to. I am so happy with the way this car turned out. I really am. Like this was one of the most fun projects I've done in a while. It didn't need that much. Don't get me wrong. There was some work involved, but nothing that was beyond reasonable. And to be able to take something this old and get it back on the road and drive it, I've put some miles. I don't know how many. We'd have to go back to the very first video to get an idea of how many miles, but I've definitely put some miles on the old girl. Look at this Chrysler emblem right here. These hubcaps are beautiful. They're all in beautiful condition. The white walls, I think, really make it look good. They do. She's a beautiful car, guys. You know, could we have gone all the way and like tried to restore? Look at this. We could, but this particular car right here, I really wanted to leave original. This is a survivor, okay? This isn't one that someone did a lot of work to in the past to bring it back to life. This is a car that literally sat for around 20 years and we were able to bring it back to life. Right? Why restore that? I don't see the point in it. I think it's got just the right amount of patina, a tad bit of rust here and there, a couple dings and dents, but overall, she is in beautiful and most importantly, original condition. You only get that once, guys. You only get that once. So I felt like, you know, getting it all done up and repainted just would distract from that. It would take away from it. It's beautiful just the way it is. All right, guys, let's get it to Weird Beard. See what he thinks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we made it. There he is, Weird Beard.
Hey.
He's got a video coming out soon, I think, so stay tuned, and I'm sure you're going to see this car on that video. But it made it down here, guys, no issue. I know y'all are probably hating that I didn't put any time-lapse footage on it. Sorry, guys. I'm in a hurry today. I got 1,000,001 things to do. That's it. It is Weird Beard's car now, but I told him, I said, if he decides it's too hard to sell or he doesn't want to deal with it or whatever, just feel free to give me a holler, and I'll come back up here and I'll pick it back up again.
There you go.
Yeah, she's a good car, man. She's a good car. I think he's going to take it and drive it a little bit and see what he thinks of. So stay tuned to Weird Beard on YouTube. If you don't know who he is, I'll leave a link in the description, link in the comment section. Go follow him. He's doing all that work on the Plymouth, what is that? It's the Dodge Coronet. Golly, man.
Mixing up your Mopar?
I'm mixing up my Mopar, so I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. Maybe I could edit it out. Yeah, guys, we got the Ram up here. So we're about to bounce out of here. We got to go to Norman and run a couple errands, head back to the house before it gets too dark. Weird Beard, thank you, sir.
No problem.
Appreciate it, man.
You bet.
We're going to get out of here, guys. All right, so we're back from Weird Beard. The car made it with no issue, and I knew it would, man. Like, that's a car, once you drive it, you really feel very confident in driving. Now, it takes a little while. Those old cars steer a little differently than today's cars. You gotta get used to it. The front end is very tight on it, and it drives straight. That's not the issue at all. It's just older cars don't have the same kind of suspension today's cars have, so you get kind of used to today's cars, and getting into a classic car like that it feels a little weird. Now, once you get used to it, though, it's like second nature, man. Now, I've had a lot of people asking me on Facebook and Instagram, man, it's been blowing up. A lot of hate, a lot of really, really upset people. Why did I get rid of the Fury? Well, listen, guys, I feel like I'm explaining myself way more than I really should on this channel. But the fact remains that there are a lot of you that just feel like you need to know why I make certain decisions. So when I feel it's appropriate, I will go ahead and come out and tell you. So why am I selling it? Well, I'm selling it because it's worth money. And if I keep every car, I've said this like 1,000,000 times, if I keep every car I buy, how am I supposed to produce future content, guys? I can't. It's not possible to keep every car and keep pouring money into it and then buy another car and pour money into it. Not for me, okay? Maybe some channels can do that. Maybe other channels have more revenue coming in. Other channels may have more sponsorships. I pay for 99.9% of everything on my own. Sponsor free most of the time. And please, I can already hear it now, I don't hate on any channels that get more sponsorships. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. Everybody runs their channel their own way. That's why it's my channel, and that's why their channels belong to them. We can all do things our own way, and it's okay. It really is. It's perfectly fine. Why people get so bent out of shape over what I do with my cars and my money is totally beyond me. I can't figure it out. So the Fury is gone. It belongs to Mike, and whatever Mike can get out of it is what Mike gets out of it. If, and I told him this because this was a risky type of deal here, if he cannot get out of it what he wants, I will happily go back and refund his money. I'll cancel the whole deal. I'm not going to leave him out on a car that I purchased. I can't do that to him. He's too good of a guy. So if he can sell it, I'll keep his money. If he can't sell it, and that's kind of unheard of in the car business, right? Like, you don't sell a car and then give a refund back if it can't make a profit, you know? Hey, that's part of the benefit, I would say, of working with a friend. And Mike is definitely a very good friend, man. He's an awesome dude, and I think he's going to be able to sell it. I do. I think he'll be able to sell it, make a little bit of money on it. I made some money on it. We may talk about that later, maybe not. A lot of people are really concerned with what happened to the Hellcat on Facebook and Instagram. More hate, so much more hate. I've seen so many comments. Randy is broke. The 6 months no payments finally went out, and now Randy needs to sell it because he can't afford the monthly payments. I've been paying $1,000 a month on that car since the day I bought it. I don't know what some of these people, some of these people come out of the woodwork, man, and it's like they think they know my finances, and they really don't. Here's why I sold the Hellcat, and I want to start out by saying, no, I'm not going bankrupt. No, we didn't run out of money and we're having a fire sale. The things people come up with on social media are just mind-blowing. Nobody has access to my bank account. Nobody other than the people that have seen what I make know what I make. So guys, please, for those of you that are just like so nutty over my finances, get a life. Please. Now, those of you that are genuinely concerned, that are genuinely interested, hey, that's fine. I got no problem. But trust me, some people out there are just a little bit like almost literally nut jobs when it comes to being involved with my personal business. So we sold the Hellcat for a couple of reasons. We're selling the Fury for a couple of reasons. One thing that I did not tell anybody, I don't think yet. Yes, I did. Synchrony Bank. I may have discussed this before, maybe not, but I definitely discussed it on Instagram. Synchrony Bank pulled roughly $130,000, if I remember that number correctly, out from under me. Synchrony Bank holds or held the majority of my credit with pretty much every big name brand chain that I use, from their B&H Photo for electronics, Synchrony Car Care, Lowe's. God, Lowe's, that one killed me. Lowe's was a $14,000 card. B&H Photo was a $10,000 card. PayPal was an $8,500 card. eBay was an $8,500 card. PayPal Credit was $1,500. In other words, and I could go on and on, I had a stack of credit cards that were all the cards that I use because of the rewards with them to purchase everything. That's literally what my business runs off of, is the credit. Now, don't get mistaken and think that I ran up some ridiculous amount of debt. I do this every month. And every month at the end of the month, before the statement cycle closes, I pay off my balance. What does that do? That means I don't pay any interest. That means I get to borrow somebody else's money for free. Now, that's a great thing. It's been working out this way for, honestly, a long time. I've been with Synchrony Bank for a long time. I've had all of those credit cards for a very long time. Never had a problem. I've never exceeded my limit, never missed a payment, never been late on a payment. My credit score was in the 700s. All was right with the world, and then literally, no warning, I had done nothing wrong. I woke up one day and all of my credit accounts were gone. Everything that was held by Synchrony Bank was closed with no reason. They gave me no notice. They didn't call me. They didn't email me. Nothing. I simply went to use one of my cards to make a purchase on eBay for one of these cars, and it was declined. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's got to be more to the story, Randy. You're not telling us everything. You're fibbing to us. No, I'm not. Obviously, I did what most people would do. When you realize $130,000 of money that you use to get by month to month has literally disappeared in an instant, I made a phone call. I called Synchrony Bank and I said, hey, whoa, guys, what's the problem? I think there was a mistake. And it was an outsourced, again, I can't tell you how much I hate calling to speak to somebody on the phone only to be outsourced to another country where they speak broken English, and where it's like, hey, I've got a problem with my computer. Did you make sure your computer was plugged in? Yeah, my computer is plugged in. It is in fact plugged in. Same type of deal when I called about the credit card. Same situation. They said they couldn't tell me. And I said, what? I tried asking if there was somebody else I could talk to. They said no. I said, is there another phone number that I can call? They said no. Very sketchy. And I think that's an understatement. The whole situation, it was something is or was going on, and nobody wants to tell me about it, and I don't know why. Guys, when it comes to being a good customer, I was a great customer. I was the best customer. I used my credit responsibly. I used around 33% of my credit cards. Generally speaking, now there are times that I use more and times that I use less, but generally I kept my credit utilization for each card down around 30 to 33%. Paid my balances in full every single month, never missed a payment, never exceeded my credit limit. None of the things that could get you in trouble. Why? Because my credit score was at like a 740, and I'm trying to build my credit, not destroy my credit. So I'm very careful with my credit. But it doesn't change the fact that I did, in fact, use a lot of credit from multiple credit cards to basically run the business. I don't believe I did anything wrong. If I did, I still don't know what it is because they didn't tell me. Never did I get to speak to somebody that could actually tell me what I did wrong or what happened. I wasn't told anything. I just had all of my credit pulled out from under me. So, what happens when you wake up and you find out that the money that you use to get through every single month is gone? Well, that means the following month you have to operate on capital. You have to operate on cash. That's a problem when you still owe from the previous month for the credit cards that you no longer have. Bingo. And this is where I think things get interesting. They hit me last month with 24% interest on $17,000. Yes, I know $17,000 sounds like a whole bunch of money, and it is, of course. But when you take into consideration the overall amount of credit that I had, $17,000 really wasn't that crazy. And I had a couple of pretty big expenses last month. So it's funny, you close my accounts. This is a perfect customer, and I've never had to pay any interest because I always pay my balances in full, right? What happens when you take away someone's money that they're using and you force them to use the money that they would have paid their credit card bill with so that they can keep their business afloat? You figured it out yet? Suddenly you can hit them with 24% interest on $17,000. It's ingenious. It's brilliant. I'm not going to lie. Yes, when they pulled that kind of money out from under me, I freaked out. I started sweating. What most of you probably don't know is this has been about a month ago, guys. I'm already past this. We've moved on from that. It's just something I wanted to share with you. Now, is that the reason for getting rid of the Hellcat? No, it's not. Is that the reason for getting rid of the Fury? It's still not, guys. I will take care of that debt. I will take care of the interest that they're hitting me with because that's what a responsible person does. I did talk to my buddy who knows a little bit more about this than I do, and I asked him, did they do something illegal here? Like, can you just do that to somebody? Not to mention, they tanked my credit by, not because of anything I did, but by them canceling those cards. What it did is it increased my overall credit utilization because my available credit was now gone. The available credit that I had with them, which was a significant amount of free credit that I was not utilizing, it all went away. So it made my credit utilization go up. When your utilization goes up, your credit score goes down. My credit dropped over 100 points in literally 2 weeks. I went from a guy that had a 740-ish score, around 740, down to a 626. Yeah, sucks, doesn't it? Now, with that said, in the past couple weeks since then, when my credit tanked, I've actually brought my score up another 24 points, and I got to thinking, if I get rid of the Hellcat, now again, I want, keep these separately, okay? Keep this stuff separate. The financial aspect of the Hellcat was not bothering me at all. What was bothering me is my credit utilization being really high. I want my credit back over a 700. I worked for years to build that credit, and to have it destroyed by one company that totally screwed me over for what I feel was an attempt to gain interest from me when they otherwise couldn't, I can't deal with that. So the idea is I have a car that I owe $61,700 and something on, and now I don't have it anymore. Now that car is paid off, so now my credit utilization dropped right back down. Don't get me wrong, I still have other cars financed, but the Hellcat was definitely the most expensive car. So now I'm able to bring my credit utilization back down some. I'm acquiring some new cards to help get my available credit back up, and my credit score will eventually balance itself out, and all will be right with the world again. So there is your insight into what has happened over the course of about the last month. Yes, obviously taking that credit hit was a devastating blow. It sucked. It hurt because it meant that I don't have any of that credit to float on anymore. And the reason I started using credit to float the business was because of the rewards I got with all of it. Every single card, I got eBay bucks, I think, where some of the stuff when I would make big purchases, my next purchase was free. Oh, Synchrony had my Amazon card too. I had $10,000 on Amazon, gone. And you get like Amazon reward points too, so that a lot of stuff I buy, I got enough points, it's literally free. Or you can get 6 months no interest if you want. I always pay my balance off every month anyway, so that doesn't matter. But the rewards from these different cards was phenomenal. It saved me a lot of money. So to have all of this stuff totally pulled out from under me was kind of crazy. It put me in a tough situation because now I'm faced with still owing the credit cards that I normally would pay every month, but now I know I don't have those cards anymore to float through the next month. So cash, no more credit, what do? I got to pay what I can on the cards, and I got to use the rest of the money to float the business, because at the end of the day, the YouTube channel, the business, is the most important thing. I got to keep it going. So please, guys, don't sweat the fear of bankruptcy or anything like that. Not going to happen, at least I hope it's not. I don't see it happening. Some other things have come up too. The house had an issue where apparently it sank a little bit. There had been some pretty torrential rains out here, guys, and the house seems to have sank a little bit, caused a little bit of a problem, so we've got to get under the house and actually raise it back up. We're going to have to lift up some of the floor joists, I guess, have actually started to sink a little bit, and we've got to get under there and jack them up and put bricks under them to help level them out. It's all part of the fun of home ownership, guys. So just a lot of things going on, but at the end of the day, am I sitting here freaking out like, oh my God, I'm going to lose? No. And you know what? Something else that's worth mentioning, guys. It could be the end of the financial world for me, and I'm not gonna fall apart. Like I don't fall apart. That's just not something I do. I understand some people have coping mechanisms that may involve like just totally falling to pieces, and that's fine. I got no issue with that. But for me, I just never have seen where falling apart actually accomplishes anything or benefits anyone at all. It just wastes time that you could actually be finding a solution to your problem. So, you know, doomsday would look like what? My YouTube channel revenue drops, which, by the way, it did. It actually dropped by over 30%. Still not doomsday. But YouTube revenue drops, no cash, all my cars get repossessed. At the end of the day, even if all of that happened, if I lost all my credit cards, if everything fell apart, I still have my house. I still have this shop. This camera right here, I paid for this a year ago, cash. I own all that. All of my video, audio equipment, my video editing equipment, all of my furniture, appliances, I own everything outright. So is doomsday for me really that bad? You can take, what are you going to take from me? My Jeep and my truck? The trailer's paid for too. My tandem axle trailer, tilt bed, I paid for that cash as well. So, whoop-de-doo. I can go to Copart and find another pickup truck, and I can find another car. In fact, I've got several cars out there. The Coronet is still at Weird Beard. So, you know, worst case scenario, I would lose a couple of cars. And honestly, not that big of a deal. Think of how much money that would save me every month. Maybe I need to sell the Jeep and the Ram. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yes, we still have the Camaro SS, by the way. I've had a lot of people asking, do we still have the Camaro SS? We do. I am considering ever so slightly selling it. I'm not sold on it yet. No pun intended. We literally owe like $26,000 on it, and the car's trade-in value is $26,000. So if I traded it in, I probably wouldn't make a dime on it. And the car payment's only like $500 a month, so is it really worth getting rid of? I don't know, because I don't have another sports car. But again, the Camaro SS, I can't tell you the last time either of us had driven it. It literally sits. It's been parked for, well, it's been parked for a long time. So maybe it is time to get rid of it. All we drive anymore is the truck and the Jeep. Well, guys, I'm going to get out of here. This has turned into kind of a long, just blah, blah, blah. Even I'm bored with the video, guys, so I can't blame you if you're bored with it either. But I felt like I didn't need to clear the air, but I wanted to clear the air for those of you that are genuine, those of you that are not here just trying to stress me out and cause trouble. You know, y'all can go somewhere else. But for the people that are genuinely interested about why I sold the Hellcat, it's just a combination of so many different reasons, including, but not limited to, last but not least, the fact that since I bought the car, I've only put 2,000 miles on it. The car was literally never, ever driven. Just like the Tesla. Just like pretty much every other car I've bought that I thought I was going to use, and I don't. I need to learn some impulse control. That I will admit to. I need to learn some self-control. I see something I want, and I'm like, I want this. I'm going to do what I have to do to get it. I'm kind of tenacious. Definitely impulsive. I got a very soft spot for fast cars. So I know a lot of you are going to ask, what's next to replace the Hellcat? Maybe nothing. Maybe nothing. Maybe it is time to actually step back and start stacking up money. I'm still paying $2,000 a month for the other house that I don't even live in anymore. So it's time to turn that house in to the rental company and stop having to make payments on. It's absolutely ridiculous. It was time to let the Hellcat go. We're going to save over $3,500, maybe $4,000 a month. Yeah, definitely $4,000 a month between the Hellcat, the car insurance, the other house, and all the utilities that I'm paying for, including internet at the other house. We'll be saving over $4,000 a month. Seems ridiculous, right? Yes, $4,000 a month just by getting rid of those things alone. So that's money that we can put back into this shop. I want to put a lift in here. I want to see that approach paved. I want to find some damn cars at Copart and bring them home. I want to do some things, and I want to put some more money into this house to finish making it comfortable and more like a home for my family. And that stuff right now is way more important than a Hellcat or a Plymouth Fury. So what do you say we get to it, we get it done, and you know what? That doesn't mean I'm not going to buy something else crazy someday. But for right now, I just want to focus on everything that we need for this place right here. That way, worst case scenario, something really bad ever does happen, I got a lift in my shop. By the way, I did talk to Wildfire, And Wildfire has agreed to a sponsorship deal with the Lyft, sorry, not plural, Lyft. Very cool. I hope you guys, if we can finish working the rest of the deal out here, I plan on trying to do this ASAP. So we will end up doing a dedicated video if this all comes through of me, and maybe I can get somebody like Mike over here to help put this four-post lift together. I think that'd be really cool. And it's a movable lift, guys. It's a movable lift. You don't have to just mount it and leave it. You can lift it up and scoot it over to the other side of the shop. They're very, very cool. Very, very awesome. So stay tuned for that. I got a lot going on in the background. I know a lot of people think we're not doing a lot over, but guys, I am constantly working, trying to improve things for you guys and for myself. So if you enjoyed the content, even though it was nothing but talking, please don't hesitate to give the video a big thumbs up. Drop your comments down below. I am genuinely interested to see what you guys think. I know I can be indecisive, and I know that bothers some of you. Not most of you, but some of you seem to get very aggravated when I buy some really cool car and then I get rid of it a few months later. I don't know if there is a mental disease for this, then I absolutely have it. I love cars, guys. I mean, and it's been this way my whole life. The only difference is now I can actually go out and buy them. So that could be problematic, but I always want something different. And here's something, before we go, one more thing. Here's something I have been considering. The amount of money it costs me and that I do waste on purchasing these cars and then dumping them in a few months, it's substantial. And I mean that quite literally. It is a substantial amount of money that I end up throwing away. Complete waste, absolutely. So what I was thinking is when I get that itch for a different car, a super fast car, something ridiculous, perhaps I could just rent one. Wouldn't that make more sense? I don't have to pay for depreciation. I don't have to pay for maintenance. And I can change the car every day if I want to, or every 3 days, or every week. I can keep it longer. I can give it back sooner. It doesn't matter. It's totally up to me. Maybe that would be a better solution. I can guarantee you I would spend a whole lot less money if I just went out and rented something cool to scratch that itch. And at least until further down the road, when we have more things around here actually completed. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment below. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram where you can see a lot of stuff before it's ever going to be out on video. All right, auto auction rebuilds. Until next time, folks, have a great Sunday. I hope your Sunday's good. I will catch you all very soon in the next one.